What's up, guys? Welcome to the shop. This is Brandon. Today I've got the JT Flex 7 IZE series. Now the IZE first debuted in 2000 and they went for 3 years to 2003. They were extremely popular whenever they were first being promoted, and it was all because of the uniform color and the translucency of all the parts. Now, the ultimate downfall was the bottoms themselves would warp extremely easy. Not just that, but you know how we're always used to a paintball coming, hitting the flex bottom and either deflecting or busting. This would just continue straight on through, punch you in the face, and it would suck really bad. So that's kind of what killed the IZE. Not just that, but from that 3 year period, that was a transition between JT to Brass Eagle. So a lot of the parts, you know, kind of got changed. Like the visors were all OG style, ended up being the vintage style, which is a little bit more popular. They also came with, they didn't have a chin strap in the beginning and then ended up with chin straps, which sucks. Another thing is that somewhere throughout there they changed up the material type to make some of the parts a little bit brighter, like the blue. The blue in the earlier models kind of looked a little black. You can actually confuse like the blue visor with the gray in certain lights. But the real problem with these is the warping issue. If you happen to throw these goggles in a gear bag or just throw them around, they will warp. They will stay however they're laying, and you'll have to end up fixing them. And hopefully at a later date I'll get a video up showing you how to fix those if they're not too bad off. But one of the problems that we ran into, because they were so soft, you know, everyone back then flipped up their bottoms. Well, then when these come out, we flipped them up even more just to get a little bit of extra padding. But that was probably the worst thing you could ever do to these bottoms. They would actually end up staying that way. They would break teeth, you know, get rips really easily. They actually had like a gummy bear kind of feel to them. That's how soft they were. But one of the cool things about the IZE, not just the uniform color and all that, they actually came with their respective color pro strap. Now that wasn't always the case. Some of them came with a black pro strap, which kind of sucked. But another thing they came with was the lenses themselves were one of 3 of JT's Prism lenses. Like the blue and the purple came with the blue Prism. The green and the brown came with the orange Prism. And the orange Prism was kind of like a blue green to gold kind of fade color, which is still popular to this day. And the red and the gray or black came with the mirror chrome. Now, because of the popularity in the beginning, it kind of sold some of the colors more so than the others, but now the colors that weren't so popular back in the day are way more popular now, causing the value to kind of fluctuate between each of the colors. Like the purple and the red are probably the most expensive, because they were discontinued in 2003, which is, you know, over a decade ago. Tracking some of these parts down is kind of hard. Now, I mean, you see them every now and again on the BST pages on Facebook. You know, you see them on eBay every once in a while. You might find one on Craigslist, but more than likely the bottoms are warped, and if they're not, you're going to be paying a lot more for them. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get on with the show. And up first we have the blue, and this is probably one of the most popular when it was first debuted. I don't know one person that didn't want the blue. It just looked cool. But secondly, we have probably the rival to the blue, and a lot of people wanted the green as well, because a lot of the paintball games back then were being played in the woods. So that's that. Anyway, the next 2 colors are probably were the least popular, but now have become the most popular. And up first we have the purple. One thing you'll notice about the purple is whenever they change the visor, the purple on the visor actually doesn't match the rest of the mask too well. The OG visor actually matches pretty close. But that's the purple. And up next we have the red. And the red is one of those that will fade very easily, and it actually fades right here a lot more so than the rest of the mask. So trying to find a red in really good condition is kind of tough. I mean, you can do it, But I don't know one thing that's red that don't fade in the sun very easily. Up next we have the gray. And last but not least, we have the brown or doo-doo, whichever you prefer. Now, one interesting fact about the brown is the vintage style visor is actually pretty rare. I found one, and I was talking to the guy. I was like, look man, I'll pay you whatever you want for it. He goes, you know, I'll think about it. I never heard from the guy again, so evidently he didn't want to sell it. But one of the things about the colors, when JT released them, they all had their respective names. Like the blue was the glacier, the green was the moss green, the gray or black, it was called the graphite. And I don't really remember the rest of the colors. But definitely, because these things were discontinued so long ago, you definitely have to track them down used, which really sucks, and they're probably going to be messed up. But you can find them, they are out there. You will pay more than what they MSRP'd at back in the day, but if you do decide to get into the IZE game, you want to collect them or you just want one, keep in mind the flexibility, like it's uber flexible, and also store them upside down. You know, you will have to take a little bit of extra care with the bottoms because they will warp on you so easily. I really hope this helps answer any of the questions you guys have about the IZE. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the field.